Some not so good news from the world of a Fantastic Four. I don't know if you guys are really anxious and anticipating this movie. I mean, I love those previous movies outside of the one that came out a few years ago that was absolute garbage. Those first two movies that came out early 2000s, they were really, really good movies. Really good movies. I never understood why they never had a third act. But I understood. Marvel back then wasn't as connected as they are now. They hadn't really started building this universe that they've been doing over the last 10 to 15 years. I get it, but it deserved a third movie. The same way as Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man deserves a third movie. He deserved to go out the right way, right? And I hopefully one day that they actually give him that send off, because we already know there's a Spider-Verse. Give Andrew Garfield his own universe, let him finish it out, right? We were actually going to get Mary Jane because obviously in the second Spider-Man movie, Andrew Garfield's girlfriend Gwen died. In the third movie that was supposed to be there, he was supposed to move on, and now we get to see Mary Jane. So anyway. I digress. So, Fantastic Four. Apparently, they're going through some reshoots. They got some not so positive reviews when they showed that movie to some, like they did some test screens, right? And especially with the ending of that movie, apparently the fans didn't like it. Oh, whoever saw it didn't like it. And they're scrambling and rushing to do reshoots. Let me tell you something. Whenever you do reshoots, this movie is coming out in 2 months. So whenever you're doing reshoots this close to a movie coming out, it doesn't bode well for that movie. Fans start looking and seeing, okay, wait a minute. You've had how long to make this movie? And now is when you're scrambling to, I can almost guarantee you most of these reshoots are going to be CGI. Because ain't no way they're going to start spending money on locations and whatever. These actors they've moved on. They're actually in other projects. You can't bring them back. You have to pay them again. You have to pay the entire crew. So I don't see them really putting in like a bunch of, stuff that you already do in pre-production. But it doesn't really bode well, especially if the ending is as bad as they're talking about. It's going to be CGI, and if you're rushing CGI, you're going to end up getting a whole bunch of nonsense like we got on Black Adam. If you watch Black Adam, the CGI was so bad, and we could tell because at the end they were doing reshoots after reshoots after reshoots. So this doesn't bode well for the Fantastic Four. Outside of, we know how Galactus is going to look finally. This is how Galactus is going to look, and we're finally getting a comic book accurate Galactus, not the travesty that we got in the sequel back in the day that looked like a cloud of nonsense. Even though we got Norrin Red, the Silver Surfer, that actor and character, stole the show for that movie. Norrin Red, Silver Surfer. We have Silver Surfer in this movie too. And they decided to go a different way. Yeah, and everybody's letting them know it was a bad way to go. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't really bode well for the Fantastic Four. And if you're a fan, I know that you're like me. You're not. You're more jaded now. You're more. If you didn't have confidence in what they were doing, now you're just like, And it's the summer, so these studios make so much money in the summer. They release a lot of big movies in the summer. Superman, Man of Tomorrow is coming out in July. I think Jurassic Park is coming out in July. Fantastic Four is coming out in July. So this is a battle. Studios love this because you're going head to head with really, really big movies and really, really big studios. You're relying on the fans to get excited to go. But if the fans are not even excited to go before the movie comes out, and now you're confirming all the fears they have. It's funny how these studios nowadays, it's like they just dropped the ball. Marvel had a run of win after win after win. I mean, we didn't even have to watch we just saw Kevin Feige just say, hey, this movie's coming out. And we didn't care. We didn't even want to watch the trailer. We knew this was going to be good. And we went from that to, really? Anyway, that's the news coming out of the Fantastic Four universe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.